In this lecture of the course, we will learn how you can go ahead and how you can set up a staging environment on your computer. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. Now, as you can see that in the previous lecture of the course, we understood that if you want to wipe code a plugin, basically create a plugin using AI, then you have to make sure that you first of all test that plugin on a staging environment. You do not have to really go to your live website, type in there /wp admin and upload the plugin right away, because AI can sometimes hallucinate. That means that AI will add or delete any functionality that you want, and your plugin may break your live website. That is why it is really very important to first test that plugin on a staging environment. Like, let's suppose that you want to create a plugin that is gonna change the admin logo of your WordPress website. So what you will do, you will first of all upload that on a staging environment. You will test if the plugin is actually working fine, or security wise that plugin is perfect. Once you are 100% sure, then you can go ahead and you can go to your live website and type in there /wp admin and upload the plugin right away. So in this lecture of the course, we will learn how to set up the staging environment on your computer. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. The very first thing that you need to do is to visit localwp.com, and it is going to take you to the official website of the local WP. What this software is going to do is that it's going to allow you to add multiple websites, and then you can run those websites from here. The reason why I'm recommending you this is because we will be creating multiple plugins inside this course, and if you want to also implement each and everything same, then you have to create multiple websites in the staging environment, not on a live website. So that is why this particular software is going to really help you create multiple staging environment, and it's also a one-click setup. Now, the company that develops this is by the WP Engine, and they have created multiple plugins, so you must have also used their ACF plugin in the past. Even if you don't, just know that the local WP comes from a credible company, so you can safely install that on your computer. What you will need to do is to click on download for free, and it's going to give you a pop-up just like that, where now you have to choose your platform. So if you are using Intel based Mac, you can select Intel. If you are using the Apple Silicon Mac, you can select that. If you are using Windows, Linux, you can select that. After that, you have to enter your first name, last name, your organization type, so you can select independent. All right, and in the email, you can enter any email, and then you can click on get it now, and it's going to be downloaded. So now, first of all, let's just go ahead and let's check how in the world you can download it on a Windows-based environment. Now, this is the Windows environment where I'm going to show you how to install it, and after that, I will show you how to also install it on a Mac environment. So this is the software which is being downloaded after clicking on download. And once the software is actually downloaded, then you can click on that and it will open up. Alright, so now after the setup is actually open, then you have to do the next, and next. So let's do the next, install. And this is going to install on our Windows operating system. Alright, so now once this is successfully installed, then you can uncheck this and you can click on finish. And now the local is installed successfully on your Windows. Now you want to run it, so you can just type in there local. It's going to get that, and you can open the app, and it's going to run on your Windows environment. Alright, so now once you will basically run the local for the first time, then it will tell you, looks like you haven't created any site yet. You can click on create a new site. It's going to ask you which site you want to create. I'm going to click on create a new site with the WordPress. Select continue. And now you have to enter the name of your website. So let's suppose that I want to name the website as test. I will now click on continue. I will click on continue, which is going to install the latest version of the WordPress. And after that, I'm going to enter the WordPress username and the WordPress password, which I will use to log into my website. All right, so now you have to click on add site. And now you can see that this is actually adding the site. It's going to now download the WordPress. It's going to install WordPress, and each and everything is now going to work fine. So let's wait till this actually gets done. And if it asks you for any of the firewalls, so make sure to allow access. Otherwise, your website is not going to run locally. All right. So let's allow the access. Alright, so now you can see that the test website is successfully live. And now what I can do, I can simply just click on open site from here, and it's going to open that locally hosted website on my computer. Now this website is hosted locally, which means that it's not live and public users cannot access this. Now what I can simply do, I can just type in there wp-admin, enter my username and my password that I entered when I was basically installing WordPress, and now I can hit on login and it's going to log me in as well. So now you can see that this is totally working fine. I'm also logged in. Now there is one thing I would recommend is that when you will be shutting down your computer, make sure to go to your website, click on here, stop your website. Alright, once your website is stopped, then you can shut down your computer and now your website will not be running in the background. Stopping the website is really very important because sometimes when you shut down your computer, your website gets corrupted. That is why it is really very important to stop your website, and now when you want to start your website again, you can click on your website, you can click on start site, and your website is now going to be started. After that, you can go ahead and you can visit the website over here, and your website will now work totally fine. Alright, that's how you can go ahead and you can install local WP on a Windows environment. And if you want to add multiple websites, you can click on this plus and add as many websites as you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this website, and I will also be deleting this website because from the next lecture of the course, now we will be creating our first website and we will be installing a plugin in it. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and let's learn how you can go ahead and how you can install local WP on a Mac environment. So first of all, you need to click on download, and once the setup file is actually downloaded, then you can open that up. After that, it may give you this kind of pop-up, so what you need to do is to just drag your local WP and you have to drop it in the applications folder, which is going to copy the setup in the applications. Alright, now what you have to do is to open up all of your applications, and you can see that you will find that local over here. If you do not find it, you can simply just search for it. The local is going to be here, and now you can open that up and it's going to be open for the first time. Alright, so now here it says local is an app downloaded from the internet. You want to open it. I'm going to hit on open. And now over here, it is asking me to accept the terms and conditions. I'm going to accept that. And now here it says create a free account. So I'm going to click on cross. And now here it says turn on error reporting. I'm going to click on no thanks. And now you can see that local has been successfully installed. Now I can click on create a new site, select a new site, click on continue, enter my website name, which is going to be test, click on continue, select the preferred version, click on continue, enter the username and the password, which I will use to log into my website, and I can click on add site. Now it's going to get the WordPress, it's going to download WordPress, and it's going to install it on my test website. So let's wait till this actually gets done. Alright, so if it asks you to enter your Mac password, then make sure to enter that and hit on OK. And now you can see it's downloading WordPress. And once it will download the WordPress, it will then add the WordPress to our website. Alright, so now you can see that the test website is live. And now what I can do, I can simply just click on open website, and this test website is now hosted locally on my own computer on this domain. Alright, so now once you visit the website, now you can simply just type in there /wp-admin, and you can enter your username and your password that you entered while you were creating the website, and you can hit on login and it's going to log you into the WordPress dashboard. Now remember, this is a website which we have installed on our own computer. It's not live, public users cannot access it, it is installed only on our computer. We will be using this website to add plugins to our website when we are in the testing phase, and once we are done with the testing and everything, then we can simply just go back to our local, and after that we can stop the website and we can delete our website from here if we want to. How you can delete it? Just right click, click on delete, and you can click on delete, and it's going to be deleted from your local right away. Hello everyone, so in this section of the course, now we're going to be creating our very first plugin. Let's just go ahead and let's take a look at the plugin that we're going to be creating inside this particular section. So let me share with you how the plugin is going to be. If I just go ahead and I go into the plugins, install plugins, then you can see that I've got this login customizer, which we have created. And now I will be giving you an overview of the plugin, how this plugin is gonna change our behavior of the website. So first of all, let me share with you, this is how the login URL is, which is my website /wp-login.php. This is how it is. Through the plugin that we will be creating, we will be customizing this particular login page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit on activate, and the plugin is now going to be activated. Now the plugin will actually create this link over here. If I just go ahead and I deactivate and I bring my mouse, no link is there. I activate and I bring my mouse, this is the link over here. Now I just go ahead and I click on that, and you can see that this is the logo customizer settings which I've got, and I can now go ahead and I can customize the look and feel of this login page. So first of all, let's suppose that I want to change the color. I can keep it to be any color I want from this color picker, like maybe I want blue color, I can select that. And now I can also change the logo of this WordPress as well. So let's suppose that instead of that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload my own logo right from here. And after that, I will click on use this logo. The logo is going to be updated. And after that, I can select the logo width and the height in pixels, and I can click on save settings. Once I'm done with that, my settings are saved. And now if I just go ahead and I refresh this over here, you can see that the look and feel of my WordPress login page is changed. Now, if I want to change the color, I can simply just go ahead and I can choose any other color, save the settings, refresh, and you can see that this is how it is. Similarly, if you want to paste the color by the color code, then you can click on that, enter your own custom color code, hit on enter, and it's going to be added over here. You can see that that color is added, and now I can just go ahead and I can refresh, and you can see that the color is now updated. So this is going to be the plugin that we're going to be creating using the Claude AI without writing a single line of code. Now, this particular code that the Claude AI will generate, I will also give you inside the course as well, and I will also be giving you the prompts so that if you want to copy and paste those prompts, then you can also do that. In this lecture of the course, we will be adding the functionality for the plugin that we will be creating on our website. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. Now, in the previous lecture of the course, we overviewed the plugin that we will be creating. So now let's just go ahead and let's add the functionality. Now, first things first, what you need to do, you need to create your website inside the local WP. So what I would recommend is that open up the local WP, and now you have to click on create a new site, select create a new site, enter the name. I'm going to be naming the site to be first website. So let's click on continue, enter the username and the password. This username and password will be able to let you log into your admin. After that, you have to click on add site. Alright, so now you can see that our first website that we wanted to create is now over here. And now we can click on open site, and you can see that this is how the website looks. Now what we want to do in the plugin, we want to say that when anyone will type in the wp-admin and hit on enter, then we want the background color to be changed. And not only that, we want also the logo to be changed as well. So we want our own custom logo. So what we will do for that, we will write the custom code custom plugin for that. So what we will do, we will first of all log into our website. Once we are logged in, now what we will do, we will be adding the functionality. Now in this lecture of the course, we will be adding the functionality first, and then we will be converting it into the plugin. So what in the world is a functionality? You can see that when we want to add a plugin, then we just go into the add plugin, and in that add plugin, we just click on the upload plugin, and then we upload our plugin file. Right now, we want to first focus on the functionality. We want to see if this functionality is actually possible, and then once we have the code for that, then we will convert that functionality into a plugin, which we will then just go ahead and we will upload, and it's going to work perfectly fine. That is why it's really very important to first of all create that functionality. So what we will do, we will tell Claude to give us the code, functionality-based code, that we will be uploading or we will be adding in the WordPress website. And once we see that, okay, it's working fine, then we will tell the Claude that, okay, it's working fine, create a plugin out of it, and now we will be able to upload the plugin on any website that we want to add. So since we want to add the functionality, we will tell the Claude to give us the code for the PHP and WordPress because WordPress is based on the PHP language. Now we cannot run PHP code directly in the WordPress admin panel. But if you want to run PHP code, then you have to install a plugin for that. So what we will do, we will just go into the add plugin, and now we will search for a plugin which is going to be code snippets. This plugin is going to allow you to run PHP code so that you can run your functionality, you can test your functionality. So what I will do, I will click on install now, and the plugin is going to be installed. Now, once this plugin is going to be installed, now we can hit on activate and the plugin is going to be activated. Alright, now once the plugin is actually activated, now you can click on the snippets and it will take you to the all snippets page. And now over here, you can create your new snippet. So what we will do, I will just go ahead and I will click on add new. And over here, I can enter the PHP code that I will be generating from the Claude. And I will test if that PHP code is going to change my WordPress login logo. So what I will need to do for that, I will need to first of all enter the name of the code. Now this is really helpful if you want to add multiple features, multiple functionalities on your website, then you can enter the title, which is going to differentiate between multiple snippets that you will be adding. So this title is going to be WP Login Customize. Alright, so now once you have entered the title, now what we will do, we will tell our Claude to give us a code snippet code that I can just paste it over here. I can click on save and activate, basically activate this plugin functionality. Alright, and then I can test if it is working totally fine or not. Now there is a term called prompt engineering. And what this prompt engineering is that you have to create the prompt in such a way so that the AI is going to produce the better quality outputs and your desired result can be achieved. Now, in this lecture of the course, we are only testing the plugin functionality, all right? Later on in the upcoming lectures, we will be understanding in detail how to design your prompt in such a way so that whatever the thing that you want the AI to do, AI is going to create that for you. So for this particular plugin, what I would recommend is that whatever the prompt that I'm adding, you can just go ahead and you can add that, and AI is going to do that for you. Later on in the upcoming lectures, when we will understand about the prompt engineering, then you will be able to create any plugin that you want, and AI will be able to do that for you. And not only that, we will be practicing multiple plugins, and we will be taking a look at that prompts. Alright, so now since I want to create a plugin code, basically PHP code, that I will be adding in the code snippets plugin, I will tell the AI that first. Alright, so now over here, I have told the Claude that you have to give a one-page PHP code because this will take or accept the PHP only. Then I will be pasting it into the code snippets plugin, which we just installed, and this is our WordPress website, which we are working. Alright, after that, what I will do, I will just hold the shift and I will hit on enter and it will take me to the new line. And now I will be saying my requirements. So I will be telling the Claude that what are my requirements. Alright, after that, I will add a colon, hold the shift, hit on enter, and then I will be adding a dash, give a space, and it's going to add that bulleted list. Now over here, I'm going to be defining my requirements. So basically, I want to change the login color, basically background color. So I will explain that right now. Alright, so now here, these are my requirements. I want to change the WordPress login page, that is wp-login.php background color and logo. Please create variables on top for background color and logo image so I can edit easily. Now what these variables are, these are something like, these are going to be like color is equals to and whatever the color name that you want. Alright, so it's going to create it just like that. And later on when you want to change it, you can just select that color and you can enter your own color, click on save and activate, and your color is going to be changed right away. This is how the variables basically work. So I have told the Claude that these are my requirements. And I will also tell one more thing to the Claude, that is inside the wipe code checklist, I told you that this naming convention is really very important. Like, you have to prefix the functions with a unique string so that there should never be any conflicts. All right, this is really very important. So I will be adding this one line more as well. This is the security prompt. This is something that we will be adding later on when we will be converting this functionality into a plugin. So what I will do, I will be adding that naming convention. So what I will do, I will just hold a shift, hit on enter, and I will tell the Claude that. Alright, so now what I have told the Claude, to prevent the conflicts, please use the prefix, which is my initial underscore, for all naming conventions. Alright, and after that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit on send, and the Claude is going to now generate the one-page PHP code that I can paste into the code snippets plugin. So now you can see that Claude has given me the variables on top. This is the color, this is the logo URL. I can just go ahead and I can change it right away. And then Claude is also adding that naming convention, which is TUR, my naming convention. Then I told the Claude to implement, and this is the complete code that Claude has given me. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply just go ahead and I'm going to copy this code. All right, and you can see it says that you just have to change the color and the logo URL and you're going to be done. So what I've done, I've clicked on copy, the code is going to be copied, and now I can go to this snippets and I can paste it over here. All right, and now over here, this is the crossover here. The reason for that is because PHP is already started over here and Claude has given me this PHP again. So that is why this is giving me the error. It's saying that remove this PHP because it's already added. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this and delete this so that it starts from here. And now over here, it says login background color, login logo URL, which is added over here. And now we can simply just go ahead and we can change this. So first of all, let's change the login background color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to visit this website, which is coolers.co. If you haven't used this, this is going to give you some of the color palettes, and what you can do, you can choose any color that you want. Let's suppose that I want to use this color. I'm going to click on that, copy this color code, and if you press the spacebar, the color is going to be changed right away. So let's copy this color code, go to our snippets, and instead of this color that we have got over here, I'm going to add that new color. And I will also be uploading the logo to the website. So I will go into the media library and I will open that in a new tab. And now over here, I will be dragging the logo file and I will be dropping it over here. This is the logo that I want to use. I will copy the URL to the clipboard. I will go to the snippets again, and instead of this logo file, which is over here, I'm going to be pasting the new file. All right, it says the full URL to your logo image. Now, if you are getting confused a little bit, like where I will be adding the values, where to add this, do not worry. In the upcoming lectures, I will be explaining you a little bit of programming. I will not tell you to write, but I will tell you in those lectures how you can go ahead and how you can understand the code, so that whatever the code that AI is going to create for you, you will be able to understand that a little bit, and you can simply just go ahead and you can make the change. These are the things that we will be talking in the upcoming section. Alright, so do not worry about it. You just need to change the background color and the logo, and over here it's going to be the logo width and the logo height in case you want to change it. And once you are done, you just have to click on save and activate the snippet, and your snippet is now created and also activated, which means that your code is now successfully added on your WordPress website. If you click on all snippet, this is, you can assume that this is a plugin with a PHP file which is now running. Now what we will do, we will test it out, we will see if it is working fine or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on these three dots and open up the incognito window where I will not be logged in. And then I will be entering the login URL, which you will find it in the local of whatever the name that you entered, you have to enter that, and then you have to enter .local. Alright, so now once you have entered that, then you have to enter /wp-admin so that it takes you to the admin login page. And you can see that this is actually not working. The logo is not appearing. The background color that we added, it's not being shown. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell the Claude that, okay, this is not working. When I typed in that, the login WordPress logo is gone, but the color and everything, it's not being shown. So what I will do, I will tell the Claude right now. WP logo gone and no background color applied, and also no logo image is being shown. All right, cool. Now what I will do, I will hit on enter, and this will tell the Claude that, okay, there is some kind of error with the code. So Claude is going to now recreate that. And now let's just go ahead and let's test it out and let's see if it's going to work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on copy, go to the snippets, click on the edit, and let's select all, and let's paste the new code that the Claude has generated. Over here, that PHP is added, so I'm going to remove that. And now what we need to do, we need to change the login background color URL. So go to the color palette, copy this background color, go to the snippet, and paste it in the color code. All right. And in the media library, let's copy the logo URL, go to our snippets, and paste it over here. That's it. Now let's click on Save Snippet. And once it gets saved, let's just go ahead and let's refresh. All right, cool. Now you can see that this is totally working fine. We have got the background color and we have got the logo as well being shown. Now what you can do, you can simply just change the width and height. So maybe if you want the width to be much more smaller, like at 220, you can select that, hit on Save Snippet, go to the website, refresh, and you can see that now it has become much smaller. All right, so now we know that, okay, this is possible and we can do this. Now what we will do is that in the next lecture of the course, we will be converting this into a plugin so that we do not have to really rely on these snippets. And also you can see that we were hard coding the values, like inside the code, we were changing this background color and we were changing this logo over here. What if there could be a way that inside the settings, there could be somewhere login customizer, all right, and inside that settings page, we could just select our own color and we would be able to select our logo and it's going to be uploaded right away. So this is something that we will be doing in the next lecture, basically converting this functionality that we just created, which is working totally fine, into a live plugin so that any user can just go ahead and upload that plugin and change their login logo and also the background color. In this lecture of the course, now we're going to be converting the functionality into a plugin. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. Now, as you can see that in the previous lecture of the course, we finally created this functionality and we added into the snippets. But now let's suppose that we want to give this particular plugin to our customers, we want to give it to our other users who will be able to just go into the plugins and upload the plugins right away. And also the values, you can see these are actually hard coded, like the user has to go into the code and make the change in the code. Then click on Save Snippet, and then basically the change is viewed on the WordPress. But what if there could be a way that inside the settings there is going to be an option and the user can simply click on that, select the color, and upload the logo directly from there, and then it would be updated right away without having to update it in the code. So how in the world you can go ahead and you can do that, because that would be the plugin after all, and it would be the plugin's job to do that, not we have to hard code. So how in the world you can go ahead and you can convert that into a plugin? You just have to tell the Claude, and Claude is going to do that for you. Now, this is going to be a different prompt, and what we will do is that we will first of all tell the Claude that, okay, create a plugin out of it, and once you have created the plugin, also add the functionality so that I do not have to change these values in the code. I have to just do it inside the settings somewhere. So I will tell the Claude to make a settings page as well. So let's just go ahead and let's write a reply to the Claude. First of all, we will say that this functionality is working fine. And how we can say it, we can just say it perfect, and Claude is going to know that, okay, this functionality is working fine. Now what we will do, we will add our further prompt. Alright, so now you can see that this is my prompt Now, please create a plugin out of this functionality, which will also be a single PHP file. Now, right now, we will be creating a single PHP file-based plugins, but later on in the advanced section, we will be creating complex plugins using the Claude code. So since we are relying on Claude AI, that is why we will be creating single PHP file-based plugin. Later on, we will be creating much more advanced plugin, which will have multiple PHP files. So here it says with every functionality, along with that, I also want a settings page in the settings tab of WP with name login customizer. So what I'm saying that in the settings tab, just add a login customizer link. And inside the link, the user will be able to change the logo URL and background color from input boxes in the settings page. All right, this is my prompt. And after that, since we are now creating a plugin out of it, we will also be adding the security prompt as well, because now this is important. So what you will do, you will go to your code checklist, go to the security prompt, and now you have to follow, basically copy this, go to the Claude AI again and paste that. Now here it says follow WordPress coding standards and handbook, add proper capability checks and everything, sanitize input, use prepare statements for any DB queries, no raw SQL, enqueue scripts, no eval functions, return production ready code with inline comments explaining security decisions. So each and everything is added over here. Once I have added the security snippet as well, now I will just go ahead and I will click on enter. And now it will generate the code for me. So this is now my plugin file. You can see that plugin name and everything is added over here. Along with that, it has also added the description, the version, the author, so you can enter your name, your website address over here. This is actually generating the complete plugin code. You can see how big is it, and it is still generating. So let's wait till the Claude generates that, and then we will take a look at the code. All right, so now over here you can see it says if you want to keep chatting with Claude, then you have to go with the Pro plan, but you do not really have to go with the Pro plan. It will give you basically a 5-hour limit. What this means is that after the 5 hours since you started using the Claude, it will reset and you will be able to add much more functionality. So right now, if I reply, it will not work. After the 5 hours, I will be able to use this Claude because obviously generating a code takes a lot of processing. And that is why, since we are relying only on the free plugin right now, we cannot really just go ahead and we can add a reply right now. After this time, we will be able to do that. All right, so now let's just go ahead and let's take a look at the documentation that this Claude has given us. So it is saying that I've created the WordPress plugin that follows the WordPress coding standards and security best practices. Here is what's included. So absolute path check is going to be included, which is at the start of the file. Usually you can see it's added. Capability checks, CSRF protection, input sanitization, output escaping. It is saying that it has added every single thing. Input validation, no eval. Then we have proper script enqueuing, no direct script tags, no raw SQL. And after that, it is saying all of the features that we wanted it to add. It has added that. And then here it is showing how you can go ahead and how you can install that. So first of all, it's saying that you have to create a new file named as login-customizer.php. And then inside that file, you have to enter every single of this program that we have. And then you have to upload it into the plugins directory. After that, you have to activate it to the WordPress admins. And you can then configure it via settings. So let's just go ahead and let's test it out. Now, if you want to run it, I would recommend you to go ahead and get any of the code editor. If you have any code editor, you are using any code editor, make sure to go ahead and use that. Since VS Code is most popular, I will be going ahead and I will be installing that, and I will be showing you how you can install that on your computer. You just have to search for VS Code, click on Visual Studio Code, and after that you have to click on download and it's going to be downloaded. All right, that's how easy it is. You have to click on download. You can see it's downloading. You only have to download VS Code if you do not have any code editor. If you already have got any of the code editor, then you can use the one that you like. The reason why we are using code editor is because when we will be adding the code inside the text editor, then it will show colored links like that. And if you want to change any values, like if there is any issue as well, then we will be able to do it much more easily compared to the text edit on Notepad that Windows and Mac usually comes with. So that is why it's really necessary that you go ahead and you install any of the code editor. In my case, I'm going to be using the VS Code. Alright, so once the VS Code is actually downloaded, then you can open up that zip file. And after that, if you are using the Windows, you have to do the next, and next. Otherwise, if you are using the Mac, then you can simply drag in that VS Code application and you can drop it in the applications folder. That's it. And now you can simply just go ahead and you can open it up from the apps and you should see this VS Code. You can click on that, hit on open, and it will now open up. Alright, so now this is our VS Code, and now we can create a new file inside here. So I'm going to delete it, basically close everything in here. And now I will be going ahead and I will be creating a new file by just pressing Command or Control N, which will open up a new file. This is the untitled one. Now I will press Command or Control S to save this file, which is going to show me like how you want to save as. So I will be saving this file as the login-customizer.php. So let's copy that. And now let's just go ahead and let's go to our VS Code, paste that in here. And now it says where you want to store this file. So I'm going to say that I want to store this file on my desktop. All right, that's it. And now you can click on save. And now over here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to add the PHP code. So what you can do, you can open up the Claude. You can copy this PHP code, go to your VS Code editor. And over here, you can paste that by just pressing Command V, and it's going to be pasted. This is now our complete PHP code, and you can just like change anything from here. So let me zoom this in a little bit so that you can see as well. First of all, we have got this in the comments. Now remember one thing, if you are getting confused a little bit, like how am I knowing this is a comment, how am I knowing this is the code, how am I knowing how you can change the variable, these all of these are something that we will be talking in detail later on in the next section of the course, so that whenever you want to generate the code using the AI, then you can also understand what in the world is actually happening, like if you want to change anything. Like in the plugin name, if I want to change the plugin name, I can change that. If I want to change my author name instead of your name, I'm going to change this to Tanziel. I can simply just go ahead and I can do that, and once I'm done, I will be just like holding the command and I will press S and my file is going to be saved. Alright, so now once my file is actually saved, now what it says is that once you will create your login-customizer.php file, you have to paste the code from this into that file, and then you have to upload the file into the wp-content and the plugins directory. So let's just go ahead and let's do that. First of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to the snippets and I'm going to deactivate this snippet because obviously now we will be using it through the plugin. And now if I refresh, you will see that it's going to be gone. This is my plain simple vanilla login page. And now let's just head over to the plugins and let's just click on add new plugin over here. And now let's click on upload plugin. And over here, what we want to do, we want to upload the plugin file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on choose file. Or if you want, you can directly just go ahead and you can drag in your zip file from here and you can drop it over here. And after that, you can click on install now and the plugin is going to be installed. Now over here, it says only zip archives may be uploaded. So since it is showing that, what we will need to do, we will need to create a folder inside our desktop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to name this folder as login-customizer. Alright, that's it. Now I will hit on enter. And inside this folder, I will be going ahead and I will be dragging in my login-customizer.php file inside here. After that, what I will do, I will right click on it and I will click on compress, which means that I will make it a zip file. After that, I will be going into the upload plugin, just come up here, and now let's just refresh this. Let's click on upload plugin. And now let's select our zip file from here. So I'm going to drag that zip file, go into the WordPress over here, upload that, click on install, and it should now be installed. Alright, so now you can see that it's saying installing plugin from the uploaded file login-customizer.zip. And now I can simply just go ahead and I can activate the plugin, and the plugin is now activated. So now, once this plugin is actually activated, you can see it says there is a new version of our plugin that we just created. And the reason for that is because this plugin is conflicting with some other plugins. So we have to correct our naming conventions here, which I will tell you what that is later on. But now let's just go ahead and let's go into the settings, and let's go into the login customizer. And we've got our customizer page as well. So we've got the background color, logo URL, and everything. Let's just select any different background color. Let's select upload logo. This is our media library. Select this, use this logo. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit on save settings. So you can see it says settings has been saved. And now let's refresh. So let's test it out. You can see that it is totally working fine. This is how the plugin is working. If I just go ahead and I change this, so I select black color, I click on save settings, I just go ahead and I refresh, you can see that this has changed. So what did I do? I just told the AI has created this plugin for me, and now this is totally working fine. Alright, so now let's suppose that when we were basically installing the plugin, when we were uploading the plugin was not being uploaded. So what if there is another way to do that? So if let's suppose that this plugin is not being uploaded, like I just go ahead and I click on deactivate and I just delete this plugin. And now let's suppose that when I am uploading the plugin, it's not being uploaded, then what is the second method of doing that? So the second method of uploading a plugin is that whatever the name that the Claude AI has suggested, login-customizer, what you need to do, you need to copy this name, and then you have to create a folder of it inside the plugins folder of the WordPress. So what you need to do, you need to open up the local WP, and inside the local WP, this is our first website named as first site. Over here, it says site folder. You need to click on that, and it will open up the site folder over here. If you are using the Windows operating system, then you can click on site folder, and it will open up the site folder inside that Finder application. And then you have to go into the application, public, WP-content. Then we have the plugins, and over here you can enter that plugin from here. Same goes with the Mac operating system as well. You have to open up the applications, public, and inside the public you have to go into the WP-content, plugins, and over here you can now go ahead and you can create a folder. Alright, so what you need to do, you need to click on create a new folder, and you will name the folder as that login customizer. That was the name that it suggested, so I'm going to copy this. Without that .php, let's copy that. Go to our Finder, and in here let's paste it. This is going to be our Slug. This is going to be our URL for the plugin. And after that, you have to open that up. And over here, you have to add the plugin files. So what you need to do, you need to just go ahead and you need to copy this file. Open up the VS Code. All right, and now inside the VS Code, you just have to go to that folder. So that folder inside the Mac is going to be in your home URL, which is going to be your username, then the local site, then whatever the website name is, app, public, WP content, plugins, and login customizer. In case of the Windows, it's going to be in your home URL, local site, first, whatever your website name is, app, public, WP content, and plugins, and over here you will need to add that. Alright, so inside your VS Code, what you need to do, you need to open. Just hold Command and O, and it's going to open. And inside your home URL, basically whatever your main URL or your username of your operating system is, then you have to go into the local sites first, and after that you have to go into the app, public, and in the public you then have to go into the WP-content, plugins, login-customizer, click on that. Alright, do not open it, just click on that, select this login-customizer, and hit on open. And this login-customizer full folder is going to be open now. All right, now here it says, yes, I trust, and click on cross over here. This is our full folder, which is open. All right, and now inside this folder, we can add as many PHP files as we want. So now we want to create a new PHP file named as this login-customizer.php. All right, so I'm going to copy this name, go ahead and go into the VS Code, and create a new file by just clicking on here. You can click on that, enter the name login-customizer.php, hit on enter. That is going to be added. And now what you will need to do, you will need to just paste in that code. So let's just copy this code, go to our VS Code, paste it, that's it. And now what you will need to do, you will need to just press Command or Control S to save this. And now after that, if you just go ahead and you go to your Chrome and you just take a look at the install plugins, you will find that login-customizer is going to be over here. And now you can simply just hit on activate and it's going to be activated right away. Now, if you want to change anything right directly from here, you can simply do that by just going into the VS Code, and you can go at the top of the file, and in the plugin name, this is it, plugin URL, author name. So inside the author name, I'm just going to say Tanzil. I will just do Command S to save, Control S to save. It's going to be saved. And now you can simply just head over to your Chrome, refresh, and you will now see that this name is actually changed. And when I bring my mouse, it is showing example.com. So instead of this example.com, if I want any custom value, then I will be going ahead and in the author URL, I will be changing it. So instead of this example.com, let's suppose that I want my Facebook profile. I'm going to enter facebook.com, hit on save. And now I just go ahead and I refresh. And you can now see that this is showing facebook.com over here. So that's how you can go ahead and you can create the plugin right away. Now, I just want to say one thing, is that creating the plugins using a single file is not really recommended. Like you can see that inside our plugins folder, we have this login-customizer and then login-customizer.php. And inside that one single file, every single code is added. All right, you can see that so much of the code is added. However, this is not an ideal solution. If you want to create plugins, then it is really much better that you divide your plugin in multiple files, chunks by chunks. So if I go back and I show you the code snippets, you can see that this is how this code snippets plugin is. And this is the code-snippets.php, and this PHP file is going to be very much clean, and then it will include every single files right from here. Alright, so that's how a plugin is created. But do not worry, in the upcoming lectures when we will be working with the advanced section, then we will learn how to use Claude Code to generate multiple files inside that folder. Then you will be able to better understand, and you will tell the Claude that, okay, create this plugin for me, and Claude is going to just like get access to your folder, and then inside your folder, Claude is going to create multiple files just like that. So just know that in the advanced section of the course, we will be able to not only rely on single page plugins, but we will be creating custom plugins and we will be adding as many functionalities as we can. Alright, so that was all about the plugin. Now, in the next lecture of the course, we will understand how to configure this conflict. Like you can see that it says there is a new version of your plugin that you have created. However, we have just created our plugin with the version 1.0.2, but the WordPress is saying that there is a new version. So why in the world is that? This is something that we will be taking a look at in the next lecture. In this lecture of the course, we will be taking a look at the plugin Slug. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. Now, as you can see that in the previous lecture of the course, we created the plugin using the Claude AI. And the Claude AI suggested that we have to create a new file named as login-customizer.php. And it's basically a general rule that if you want to create a plugin, even if it is a single file as well, and you want to add it in a folder, then you have to make sure that the folder name is also similar with the name of the main PHP file that you will create. That means that inside my plugins folder, you can see that this is the plugins folder. So inside this folder, I've got this code-snippets. Now code-snippets will have this code-snippets.php as well. Otherwise, if it does not exist, then the plugin is not going to work. Same goes with the login-customizer as well. So since the Claude AI suggested that we have to create a new file named as login-customizer, that is why in order for login-customizer.php to work, we have to create a login-customizer folder, same name. Inside that folder, then we can add that login-customizer.php. However, this login-customizer slug is something that is already taken by any other WordPress plugin. And that is why if we just go ahead and we go into our website after uploading the plugin and then we just go into the updates, then it will show us that there is a plugin that exists, which is login-customizer. And if we just go ahead and if we go into the install plugins, and if we click on update now, do not click on update now, but if we click on update now, then it will rewrite this complete plugin and it will pull in the plugin which is officially on WordPress repository, and it will delete our plugin and rewrite it with that code. So the reason why this is happening is that if we click on view the version that is available, I just click on that, it's going to open up that pop-up. And now if I just go ahead and I click on this wordpress.org plugin page, all right, I just click on that, then you can see that it will take me to the wordpress.org/plugins/login-customizer. This means that this slug is already taken in the WordPress plugins directory. So what I will need to do is that I will need to come up with a different URL, and then I will name my plugin with that URL as well so that this update now doesn't appear. So instead of this login-customizer, I have to choose anything else. Like I can just keep it to be tur-login-customizer as my initial. And if you just add that tur-login-customizer, then it will redirect you to the search results page and it will tell you, sorry, but nothing matched our query. Which means that this slug is available and I can use this slug instead of that pure login-customizer. Because if I just go with that pure login-customizer, then there is a plugin that exists and it will conflict, especially whenever there is a new update available, it will tell you to update right now. So what you need to do, you need to change that slug. And changing the slug or editing the slug is really easy. It's really very simple. All you need to do is to go into your plugins directory. And instead of this login-customizer, you can rename that. So you need to just before add that tur dash, like if you want to add your initials, add that prefix, you can add that, hit on enter. And make sure to also do that in your sub file as well, in your child file as well, like your main file, main coding file. So if you do not do that, then you just go ahead and you go to the plugins. And now if you just go ahead and you refresh, you will see that it says login-customizer has been deactivated due to an error because the plugin file does not exist. And the reason for that is because in order for this plugin to work perfectly fine, you have to make sure that whatever the folder name is, which is tur-login-customizer, PHP file name should also be same, main PHP file, all right? So click on rename. Over here, just add tur dash. These and these should match. Hit on enter. And now if you will go ahead and you will go to that plugins folder and you will refresh, you will find that this login customizer is here. And I can click on activate. This is activated. And now even if I just go ahead and I go into the updates folder, you will find that that update is not going to be now available because this is completely different plugin. It's not going to be conflicted with that other plugin. So inside the code over here, you can see that tur is being used inside the functions, inside the classes. So that is why the code is not going to conflict, but the plugin URL, plugin slug, can conflict. So if the plugin slug is going to conflict, then this is something that is going to happen, like whether your version is 1, it will tell you to update to 2.5.8. Alright, so that was all regarding the plugin slug. Make sure that your plugin slug is unique. And what is your plugin slug? Your plugin slug is the folder name that you will find over here. That should be unique. Otherwise, it's going to conflict with other plugins and the user will update your plugin. How to check if your plugin is actually unique? You just need to type in there wordpress.org/plugins and then whatever your plugin URL is. So if it is login-customizer and you hit on enter, If it gives you a plugin when you type in that URL, that means that your plugin URL is not unique, and you need to enter, maybe if you want to add initials, enter that. Maybe you want to change the name, So I add TUR dash, and then I hit on enter. It will not be on the WordPress repository. This will mean that this plugin Slug is available for me, and I can use that. Basically, I can keep the folder name for that. Hi everyone, so in this lecture of the course, we will be taking a look at the prompt template that I promised in the previous lecture. So in the next lecture of the course, now you will be finding this particular Claude prompt template that you can go ahead and you can copy paste and you can reuse this for every of the plugin development that you will be doing inside the next section. So now inside the next section, we will be basically using Claude AI to generate our single page or our single file PHP plugin. So now if I share with you the first plugin that we created, then you can see that inside the folder we created a one single file, and then inside that one single file there was every single code. However, for normal basic plugins this is fine, but if you want to create more advanced plugins, then you obviously have to create folders like assets, and in there you have to store a JavaScript file, CSS file, these kind of files. So we will be talking about these kind of things when we will be working with the advanced part, and we will be using Claude Code for that. Right now, since we are relying totally on the web browser Claude AI, that is why we will be creating a one-page PHP file. We will convert that to a plugin, and then we will be hosting it on the website. So from the next section, we will be first of all basically create the functionality in the code snippets. We will run it in the code snippets plugin. And once we are done with that, then we will convert that code snippet into a single file plugin with this particular prompt. So let's just go ahead and let's take a look at the prompts. So this particular code snippets prompt template, you can use it to create any kind of snippet that you want to create for the code snippet plugin. It says act as a senior WordPress developer. What we are saying to the AI model that you are a senior WordPress developer, and whatever you will be doing, whatever the things that we will ask you to do, you will work them as you are a WordPress developer. Alright, so after that there is a heading which is your task, and over here we are saying return a single one-page PHP snippet that I can paste into the code snippets plugin. Alright, do not create a plugin header or multiple files. This is actually the plugin header, which is required only for plugins and not for the code snippets. That is why we will tell the AI model that you do not have to create the plugin header or multiple files. You only have to create a single code prompt. After that, we have got the goal over here. So inside this goal, you have to describe clearly what exactly do you want. Like if you want to change the WP-login background and logo, you can go ahead and you can tell the Claude or any other AI model to do that. Or if you want any other thing, then you have to describe that in detail in the goal, and your prompt is going to be done. So after that, we have got this constraints and standards. This is the prefix one, which I explained you that you always should use prefix for functions variables. So there is that prefix underscore, and then we have follow WordPress best practices, sanitize input, I18N, any user-facing strings. So this is something which is for translation. So if anyone is going to be using any translation plugin or some kind of things, then this is going to make that easier. And also WordPress best practices say that you should be integrating that. Now inside this text underscore domain, you will be changing this, and you will be adding your plugin Slug over here. So plugin Slug is something that we already understood in the previous lecture. If you have forgotten about it, if you just go ahead and you go into the wordpress.org/plugins, then it will take you to the plugins directory. And now let's suppose that you want to name your plugin to be any plugin, like we want to create a pop-up plugin. So I just name my plugin to be pop-up-maker. I go ahead and I hit on enter, and you can see that this pop-up maker is over here. So now this particular slug is actually taken. Now if I want to use this slug, I will not be able to use it because there will be some of the conflicts and there can be update issues. And if I also want to upload that plugin to the WordPress repository, then it will create a lot of issues for me. So that is why it is really very important that whatever the slug, whatever the URL, whatever the plugin slug that you will be creating, make sure that that is unique, and you have to go to wordpress.org/plugins enter that. So now let's suppose that I just add my initials, TUR dash popup dash maker. I hit on enter. And now you can see that it actually takes me to the search page and it says, sorry, but nothing matched your query, which means that this particular slug is available and I can use this slug inside this particular square bracket. So inside this square brackets, you will be adding that TUR underscore popup underscore maker. All right, so now after that, we have got the implementation hints, and this is going to be editable, like you have to edit it. So first of all, we are saying that put editable variables at the top. So if you are creating this wp-login.php background and logo customizer, then you can say that add the color and the logo URL variable on the top, so I can go ahead and I can edit it. Let's suppose that if you are creating a pop-up plugin, then you can say that pop-up delay time, pop-up time, or pop-up should be displayed on a click, what should be inside the content for the pop-up. So all of that can be actually added in the editable variables, and what you can do is that you can add your content and your pop-up is going to be created. After that, we have use the correct WP hooks and filters for this context, keep code self-contained and commented, and then finally we have this before you code, ask first. This is something that we are telling the Claude that do not code right away, do not hallucinate. If there are any of the confusions, if there are any of the questions, then please ask me clarifying questions and then wait. All right, once I confirm the answers, then output the final snippet in the single code block that I can just go ahead and I can paste it inside the code snippets plugin. So once you will just go ahead and you will copy and paste this prompt, you can reuse it, you can edit the goal, you can edit the prefix, you can edit this text underscore domain, and you can also list variables if you have any specific in mind, or you can keep it to be empty, and Claude is going to add the variables by itself after asking the questions. All right. Once your snippet is done, once you go ahead and you upload it to the live website and you're 100% okay with it, you think that it's working fine, then you can go to the phase 2 and you can copy and paste this particular prompt and you can tell the Claude to now generate the plugin. So let's take a look at this particular prompt as well. Great, now convert the confirm snippet into a single file WordPress plugin. We will be creating a single file WordPress plugin in the basic section, and in the advanced section, then we will be creating much more advanced and complex plugins. So in the text domain, make sure to enter your slug. In the prefix, make sure to enter your prefix. You can enter your name initials. In my case, it's going to be TUR. Then we have the features. In the feature, it says that whatever the functionality that you created in the snippet above, make sure to go ahead and replicate it, add a settings page under settings and then the settings page title. If you want it inside somewhere else, then you can say that add a settings page in the WooCommerce settings and then create a tab as the settings page for whatever the pop-up that you want to create. Then if you want custom fields, you have to define it. If you want to say that all of the variables that we created in our snippet, convert them into the field. So instead of these field name, you can go ahead and you can give that all of the variables that we created, convert them into the field. All right, and after that, we have got this security and standard. So here it says capability check, CSRF protection, sanitization on input, validate where necessary, escape on output, enqueue CSS and JavaScript properly, guard the file with absolute path, PHP 7.4 plus, follow WordPress coding standards, inline comments explaining choices and security decisions, and then we have this uninstall. Now this uninstall is also a requirement from the coding standards that whenever a person is going to be deactivating the plugin or deleting the plugin, then there should some of the things that should run. Like if anyone is going to delete the plugin from their website, then obviously the plugin data that the plugin is going to create, we have to delete that from the database. So over here, Claude will also create that in the plugin. And after that, we have got this output format. In the output format, we are saying that if anything is unclear, ask me questions first. Otherwise, return the complete plugin code in a one code file. We are saying that we need a one code file. This is our requirement so that we can just go ahead and we can upload it right away. This one code file is only for the basic plugins and not for the advanced or complex plugins. For the advanced and complex plugins, we will create the plugins like the plugins are actually created using a different Claude, which is Claude Code. We will install that on our terminal and then we will create plugins with that. Welcome back, my dear students, and now in this lecture of the course, we will be creating our gift wrapping option at checkout plugin. So let's just go ahead and let's get started. So first of all, what I would recommend is that open up the local WP on your computer and create a new website. So I'm going to just click on the plus, select create a new site, hit on continue, and now you can name your website to be anything. I'm going to be keeping it to be second, as this is going to be our second plugin. Now I will click on continue and continue. Now you need to enter your username and your password, which you will use to log in. After that, you can click on add site, and the second website is now going to be created. It's going to download WordPress and install right away. So now you can see that the second website is created, and now I can simply just go ahead and I can open website, and it will take me to the website page. And now I can just type in there /WP admin. I can enter my username and my password to log in. Now the reason why we are creating is because we want to test our plugin that we will be creating. So that is why it's really important that you create a local environment. Alright, once you are done with it, now let's take a look at the plugin, what the plugin is going to do. So basically, we will be installing WooCommerce plugin on our website, and on the checkout page, we want to allow the option like the user can click on whether you want to gift wrap this product, alright, and there can be option for the gift wrapping, and the user can select, and an extra amount like maybe $5, $10 can be then added into the cart, into the total amount, and the user can pay, and then we will ship the product and we will gift wrap the product as well. So this is the plugin that we will be creating. Now let's just go ahead and let's quickly go into the plugins, add new plugins, and install the WooCommerce plugin. In other words, this plugin is going to be a WooCommerce extension, all right? If you haven't used WooCommerce in the past, then just know that WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. It's the most popular plugin that is going to convert your WordPress website into an e-commerce website, basically create cart and checkout pages so you can sell products. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to install the WooCommerce plugin, and once you will install and activate the plugin, it will take you to the guided steps, so you can skip the guided steps, select your country, and head over to the next step. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select US, Illinois, and I will click on go to store, and now my country is selected. After that, I will be going ahead and I will be going into the product, and I will click on add new product, and I will be adding a simple product on the website. The title of the product is going to be simple, and I will set the price to be like $250, and I will just go ahead and I will click on publish. And my product is now published. I click on view product. You can see that the product is published. Now I can go into the add to cart. I can click on view cart. This is the cart. I can click on proceed to checkout, and this is my checkout page. And now there should be an option somewhere that the person can select whether you would like to gift wrap, and the person can select, and the total amount is going to be increased. So this is the plugin that we want to create. Let's just go ahead and let's head to the Claude, and let's paste in our prompt template first. Alright, so I'm going to be going ahead and I'm going to be copying the code snippet prompt, and now I will head over to the Claude, and in the Claude, how I will paste it, I will hold the shift, and then I will right click and I will click on paste. So just hold the shift and then paste it. Otherwise, it's also gonna like copy and paste these stylings as well, some of these stylings as well. So this is the prompt. Let's just go ahead and let's change it accordingly. It says act as a senior WordPress developer. Your task is to return a single PHP snippet. This is the thing that we do not need to change. However, the goal, we need to change our goal. So let's just get rid of this and let's enter our goal. So my goal is going to be add a gift wrap option. So now this is my goal that I've add a gift wrap option at checkout page for my WooCommerce store. Now I want to go into the new line. So what I will do, I will hold the shift and then I will hit on enter, and it will take me to the new line. Now I will add a dash, I will give a space, and now I will add my second point. So I will write if someone will select that option, then he will have to pay $5 more, or custom amount. Now I want to add a new line. In the admin panel, the admin will also be notified about gift wrap. In the view orders page, and also in the email. All right, so there is also an email that is sent to the admin and the customer, so admin will also be notified about it. Now here we have prefix everything with prefix, so instead of this prefix, I'm going to be changing this to TUR. And now I'm going to go down, and this is going to be the text domain. So text domain, I'm going to be keeping it to be like TUR dash gift wrap. All right, TUR dash gift wrap. All right, and then we've got the implementation, put editable variables at top like the custom amount, all right, like the amount. All right, so I'm going to say that the amount I need in the custom variable at the top, so I can just go ahead and I can edit that amount, like whether it's going to be $5 by default or the custom amount. All right, so list them instead of this list them as well. So I'm going to say amount. And you can just guess like whether there should be any other setting. But I cannot think of anything except for the amount, so let's just keep amount only. And then we have this and this implementation hint. We're going to be keeping it only that. And then we have, if there are any questions, ask me clarifying questions. Then wait. After I confirm the answers, output the final snippet only. All right, fine. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on send, and it's going to now send my query, send my prompt to the Claude, and it's going to now give me the questions without generating the code. All right, so now you can see that Claude is now processing this, and here are the clarifying questions that Claude is asking. So let's just go ahead and let's give these questions a read, and we will also be replying to this. So first of all, we've got this question number 1. It says gift wrap field types. Should this be a checkbox or a select dropdown? I'm going to say this is going to be a checkbox. So this is the question number 1. So I will first of all add 1 dot, give a space. And now after this space, I will add the first answer. So this is going to be a checkbox. All right. So I'm going to say this is going to be checkbox. All right, then I will add comma. All right, and now I will be answering the second question. So it says, what label do you want displayed? Add gift wrap or gift wrap option. Add gift wrap. And in the bracket, I will also say that I want it to be also editable in the variables, which means that whatever text that I want to display as a label, I want it to be also editable on the variable on top, since we are creating the code snippet right now. All right, so now we are done with our first question, and now we will head over to our second question. So to head over to the second question, what you need to do is to just hold the shift and hit on enter, and it will automatically take you to the new line and enter the number. If it doesn't enter the number, you can enter 2 dot, give a space, and it will add that. Now let's take a look at this. You mentioned $5 more or custom amount. Do you want admin can change the price in the code, hard-coded variables at top. Admins can set the price via WordPress settings page. Customers can enter a custom amount in checkout. So I will select A, option A. All right, hard-coded variable at the top. All right, now let's head over to the third one. This is the gift wrap message. Should there be an optional text field for customers to add a gift message, or just a simple yes/no checkbox? So let's suppose that maybe I want to allow the customers to add the gift message. So I'm going to say yes, there should be an option for the customers to add a gift message like happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day. Customers can add these kind of messages. Now I will hold a shift, hit on enter. It will take me to the new line. Let's enter the fourth one, which is admin notification details. In the order admin page, should it show as the order meta in the order details section? We will say yes. In emails, which emails? Customer order emails, admin new email, or both? So I'm going to say admin new email. Like the admin who is going to be getting the email will be notified that he has selected the gift as well. What exactly should display? Just gift wrap yes, or more details? So I'm going to say yes. All right, just gift wrap. All right, and then we have the tax handling. Should the gift wrap be taxable or tax exempt? Let's just go ahead and let's keep it to be tax exempt. And then we have the sixth question, which is order item versus fee. Should gift wrap appear as a separate fee line item in the cart order? A product added to the cart, just order metadata with price adjustment. A separate fee line item, I think, is going to be better. So I'm going to say A. So hold a shift, hit on enter, select A. All right, now we have answered every single of these questions And now I will just go ahead and I will hit on send. All right, so now Claude will generate the code. All right, so now you can see that Claude has generated this complete code, and here it says edit these lines at the top to customize, gift amount, wrap label, message label. All right, and the features are here. It says go to snippets, add new, and now this is the complete code that we can just go ahead and we can copy and paste. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply just go to our store, and I will go into the plugins, and I will first of all install the code snippets plugin, to which we will be actually adding our code, because obviously we want to first of all test and verify the logic, and then we will be converting this into the plugin. Let's click on install now. All right, now this plugin is installed. I'm going to hit on activate, and now I will be going into the snippets. I will click on add new, and I will be entering the snippet title, which is going to be gift wrap. All right, and now let's go into our Claude. Let's copy this code, and we need to paste it over here. Go up to the top and get rid of this extra PHP that we have over here. So I'm going to just like get rid of this extra PHP, and now I will click on save and activate. So now you can see that the gift wrap amount is over here, which is $5 fee amount. The gift wrap label is over here with this underscore. Now this underscore is added, and the reason for that is because we have told the Claude that you have to follow that IA10, which is really important for the translation point as well. That is why this is how it is, underscore in the brackets add gift wrap, and then we have got this TUR dash gift wrap. All right, so you need to change this value, like add gift wrap, whatever string, custom string that you want over here, gift message optional. If you want to change anything, you can change it here. All right, so now we have saved and activated it. Let's just head over to our checkout page, and let's refresh this, and let's see if we have got any gift wrapping options. So, all right, so this is the checkout page, which is the new checkout page, which is the blog-based checkout page, which the WordPress is now adding. And this blog-based checkout page is not really something which is most popular nowadays, so we will switch to the normal checkout. All right, the normal checkout is something that you can add with by just clicking on delete, and then you can click on plus, and you can add a short code. If you want to add it in the blog-based checkout, then you can simply just tell the Claude, and Claude will add it. But now I want to show you how it's done on the normal checkout page. So this is the generic normal checkout page that comes with that used to come with the WooCommerce. So I'm going to add a short code, and in the short code, I'm going to say WooCommerce underscore cart. All right, and I will now save it, go to the view page, and this is how the checkout should be. Apparently, it's not working, so let's also just go ahead and switch the theme as well instead of the default theme that WordPress comes with. So I'm going to install Astra theme, which is most popular. Let's install this theme. And now let's click on activate. And now I will just go ahead and I will go back into the pages, and I will open up the checkout page. And checkout page is showing the cart. So let's click on edit. And instead of the cart, I need to add the checkout. All right, so let's change this to check out. All right, and save it. Now let's go ahead and let's view the page. This is how the checkout page is. Now let's see gift wrap options. You can see that this gift wrap option is over here. It says add gift wrap. I click on here, and the add gift wrap amount is also added. And now there is this gift message optional. So this optional is coming twice. This is also showing as optional. The reason why this optional is coming twice and is because in the Astra, whatever those fields that are optional, it's going to show the optional in the bracket. So like you can see that since this phone number is optional in the checkout, that is why this optional is being displayed. So the thing that you can do is that you can go into the code snippet and you can get rid of this bracket optional. All right, so just get rid of this optional text, which is coming by the hard-coded value. And now you can click on Save Snippet. All right, go back to the web page, give it a refresh, and this is the optional now, once, optional once. All right, so I click on here. This is the Add Gift Wrap. All right, so now let's just go ahead and let's try placing the order. For that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly create a payment method as well. So I'm going to go into the WooCommerce settings, payments, and let's enable any of the offline payment. All right, so let's enable this direct bank transfer. this is enabled, and let's go to the website and give it a refresh. And now once I have entered my details, I will go down and I will select this add gift wrap. I will check it. And now let's suppose that I also want to enter the gift wrap message, which is going to be happy birthday, Tanzil. All right, this is my gift message. And now this is the edit. Let's go down and let's click on place order. All right, so now the order is actually placed. Let's head over to the dashboard, WooCommerce orders, and let's take a look at this order, which is of 255. I click on view, and this is a simple, I just click on the edit, and yeah, it says gift wrap and gift wrap details, gift message. So this is being shown in the admin as well. Let's just go ahead and let's also verify it on the email. So if you want to check how the emails work, you can go into the local, and you can go into the tools, and over here you should find this mail pit. Click on the mail pit, and it's going to show you all of the emails that you will get. So here it says you have got a new order. This is the one which is sent to the administrator or the shop manager. I'm going to open this up. Let's go down, and this is the gift wrap detail. So it says gift wrap, yes. Gift message, happy birthday, Tanzil. So the person who has, like our customer has selected yes, and that is why the details are also being sent to the shop manager as well. Let's take a look at the customer one. So this was the email which was sent to the customer. It says subtotal, add gift wrap, total, and this is also being shown. All right, cool. So now this means that our complete code is working totally fine. And now what we can do is that we can convert this complete code that is working totally fine into a plugin, and then we can upload this plugin on any website and we can try and test it as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this production plugin, which is the final plugin prompt. I'm going to copy this, go into our Claude, and I will be pasting it over here by just holding the shift, and now I will right click and I will click on paste. And this is how it's going to be pasted. Now what I want to do, I want to change some of the details over here. So first of all, this text domain, instead of this text domain, I will be adding it to the TUR dash, what was it? Gift wrap, what was it? So it was TUR dash gift wrap. All right, so TUR dash gift wrap. All right, prefix was TUR. And then we have this replicate the snippets functionality. So whatever the functionality that you have added, replicate that. Add a settings page under the settings page title. Over here, I will say that add a settings page under the WooCommerce settings. All right, so I will say add a settings tab, not the settings page. Like add a settings page tab under the WooCommerce settings. All right, WooCommerce settings. And over here, it will create a tab. All right, so under the WooCommerce, and then I will give a space dash arrow inside the WooCommerce settings, and then I want my tab title to be. So my tab title is going to be what? It's going to be gift wrap. All right, add settings field. So settings field can be all variables field. All variables as fields. All editable, top variable as field. All right, and I will get rid of this example. All right, this is just for you to understand. And then we have the security standard, CSRF protection, sanitize on input, validate where necessary, enqueue, guard the file, PHP 7, inline comments, uninstallation, output format. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to just go ahead and I will hit on send. So now Claude is going to process my prompt and it will ask me some of the questions. So here it says settings field. Should I include all these settings? Gift wrap amount, number field, all right, checkbox label text, gift message label text, enable disable gift wrap feature, on off toggle, enable disable gift message feature, field on off toggle. Any other settings you want? So I will add one, space, yes, all these settings, comma, and then over here it says any other settings you want? No. Then I will head to the new line, which is my second question, admin styling and branding. Do you want any custom styling in the settings page, logo, colors, help text, or keep it simple with standard admin style? Keep it simple. All right, let's head over to the new one, which is third. JavaScript enqueuing, the Ajax card update script, should it be enqueued as inline, created as a separate JS. So I do not want to create it as a separate JS localization. And the reason for that is because since we are relying totally on one single file and we will be creating it like this, so that is why we will tell the Claude right now that enqueue as a inline script. Now, when we will be creating advanced plugin, then Claude will automatically create it as a separate one. So just for the basic plugins like this, we will be using it as inline script. So if it asks you that whether you want to separate or inline, just select the inline. So I will say A over here. All right, and then we have both are proper WP method, just checking your preference. All right. Now we have uninstall behavior, should uninstall remove only plugin settings, settings all other metadata, or settings only. So I'm going to say that only the settings, delete only the settings when we remove the plugin for the 4. All right, and then we have default values. When plugin is first activated, what defaults? Amount 5, checkbox label at gift wrap, message label this, gift wrap is enabled, gift message is enabled, correct? So fifth one is I'm going to say yes, correct. And then we have WooCommerce dependency check. Should the plugin show an admin notice if WooCommerce is not active? Should it deactivate itself or just show a warning? So if WooCommerce is not activated and someone just activates this plugin, then whether you want to show an error message, so we're going to say yes, definitely. Yes, show the error message. All right, and once I'm done now, I will just go ahead and I will click on send. That's it. Now, the Claude is going to create my plugin code. And now I can just go ahead and I can copy and paste this plugin code. And we can then upload this plugin to anywhere we want. You can see that security-wise, whatever the prompt that we gave, that you have to deny the access if the absolute path is not defined. You can see this has edit. And if we go down, we've got the main plugin class, we've got the plugin version. So the plugin version, this is how the plugins are actually created. And Claude is using the best practices. The way the plugins are created, Claude is using that and creating our plugin with it. So after the constructor, Claude is creating the constructor. It is something that is gonna basically work when you activate the plugin. So it's gonna initialize first. So after that, we have got the settings with defaults. All of the default settings, Claude is adding them in a variable array and then storing that in a function. And after that, Claude is checking if the WooCommerce is active. And then we go down, we have got some of the actions, basically all of the hooks. Claude is initializing them. And then we go down, we've got this, add gift wrap fields to the checkout page. So this is where the thing is actually happening. This is where Claude is now adding the gift wrap field to the checkout page. So if I share with you, you can see it says checkbox label, add gift wrap. This is how it's being shown, all right? So now after that, Claude is adding the gift wrap info to the order emails. Like in the email, that gift wrap info is going to be added. And then the Claude is adding the scripts, like for Ajax, Claude is adding the JavaScript and everything. So Claude is enqueuing the scripts as well. And then we have add the settings tab to WooCommerce. So the settings tab, which should be over here, Claude is adding that as well. And then we have update settings. So once the person is going to click on update or save settings, then it's going to do the capability checks, these things. So Claude is adding that. So every single thing is added. Claude has also defined that you have to store this as, save this code as tur-gift-wrap, and then you can just go ahead and you can work with it. All right, so let's just go ahead and let's copy this code. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new file, and I will be now saving this file inside our desktop, and I will create a new folder, and I will name the folder as whatever the name that it suggested. It's tur-gift-wrap, all right? So just enter that name, tur-gift-wrap. All right, click on create. And now over here, we will name this as tur-gift-wrap.php. All right, so make sure to enter that, click on save, and your file is now going to be saved. Now you can paste in the complete code. All right, now you can click on save. Your file is going to be saved. And now if I share with you the file, this is the tur-gif-wrap, and then inside here we've got the tur-gif-wrap.php. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply right click on it and I will click on compress tur-gif-wrap. And now I will go ahead and I will go to my browser, go to the WordPress website, and first of all, the main and the most important thing, we have to delete this gift wrap, right? So just click on delete and delete this gift wrap extension, gift wrap code snippet that we created, because now we do not need it and we will be adding it in the plugin, all right? Now we will go into the add plugin and now we will click on upload plugin. And now you can just drag your giftwrap.zip file and you can upload it in the choose file, edit in the choose file, and click on install now. And this plugin is now going to be installed successfully. All right, so let's click on activate the plugin and let's see that. So here it says that WooCommerce has detected some of your plugins are incompatible with currently enabled WooCommerce features. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on review the details. And here it says this plugin is incompatible with the WooCommerce features high performance order storage. It should not be activated. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this command and I will give this command to the Claude. That Claude, why is it being shown? So I'm going to paste that command, give it a send, and now Claude is going to process this and Claude will work with it. So now you can see it says great catch. The plugin is using the old post meta fields, which are incompatible with the HBOS. Let me fix that. All right, so Claude is now fixing it. And you can see that the version is also being updated. The plugin version is now also updated. All right, so now you can see that it says HBOS declaration added. Every single of the things that there were errors, Claude has now worked with it and now it should work fine. So now what you can do is that you can simply just go ahead and you can copy it. And now you do not really have to go into the VS Code and paste the new code over here. Obviously, you should, first of all, just the first code, you can copy it, you can come up here and then you can select all and you can paste it and you can save it over here. This is our new code. But now you do not really have to just go ahead and upload this same plugin file in the WordPress. What you can do is that you can simply just go ahead and you can go into the local WP. All right, so now inside the local WP, what you can do, you can open up the second project. This is our second. All right, and then you can open up the site folder. So now inside the site folder, you now have to go into the app, public, and over here you will find all of the WordPress files. So now inside the WP-content WordPress stores the plugin, all right? So you need to open up the WP-content, go into the plugins, and now we have got this tur-gif-wrap. So what you can do, you can simply just go ahead and open this up and you can right click on it and now you can open this with the VS Code. So you can right click this tur-gif-wrap.php, open with VS Code. All right, and this is now going to be open right away. So it says, do you want to allow? I'm going to say open, and now this file is being opened from the local side, this, and this. And now what I will do, I will select all of the code, and I will paste the new code which Claude has generated, and now I will click on save. After that, I will be going ahead and I will be going into the plugins, install plugins, and let's check it out. So now you can see that that error message that was being shown to us is now gone, and our tur-gif-wrap is not showing that error message now. All right, so now let's head over to the WooCommerce settings and let's take a look at the gift wrap. So this is a gift wrap being displayed. I click on that, and over here we've got enable gift wrap amount, add gift wrap as the checkbox label, enable gift message, and gift message label is optional. So this optional is in the bracket. Let's just go ahead and let's visit the store. Let's add any of the product into the cart and let's go to our checkout page. And now if I go down, you can see that we've got this add gift wrap optional, gift message optional. So I'm going to change this optional. I'm going to get rid of this optional. And now I will click on save changes. Go ahead, give it a refresh. That is gone. This $5. Let's keep it to be maybe $15 as inflation is here. And now I'm going to hit on save, give it a refresh. It's 15 here and 15 should be here once I select it. All right, cool. It's working totally fine. And now what you can do, you can simply just go ahead and you can place the order. The order is placed. The gift wrap is over here. And let's view the orders page. So I'm going to go into the orders. This one, let's open it up. Select the edit. And this is the gift wrap. You can see $15 amount being added. Now what you can do, you can open up the mail. So let's go into the tools, mail pit, open that up, and you have got a new order, gift wrap details, $15. And over here, we've got this add gift wrap, $15. So if there is any gift wrap message that is going to be added, then it will also show the message over here. So this means that now this plugin is totally working fine. Congratulations on creating this plugin. If you want to use it on your website, you can just go ahead and you can use it. However, I would not recommend you to use it right now on a live website. When we will be creating plugins with the Claude code, basically that is more advanced one. Then you can create these kind of plugins with that particular Claude code and you can work with it. However, on the other hand, if you want to use this functionality and you want to use this with the code snippets, then you can definitely go ahead and you can use this Claude AI, create code snippets, and you can use that functionality on your live website. No need to worry about it. If you want to create a plugin out of it, then try and not create it using the Claude AI, but do it with the Claude code. Now, this is something that we will be doing in the advanced section, and you will be amazed to see how the Claude is going to create the plugins for us. Now, in this lecture of the course, we will be creating an Elementor widget. So let's suppose that you want to create an Elementor widget and you want your users to add that widget and add any customizable features. Then how in the world you can go ahead and you can do that? So as in the previous lecture, we created a short code, and short code can be used with the Gutenberg, Widgets, Elementor. But what if you want a specific Elementor widget or Elementor element? Then how in the world you can go ahead and you can create that element? This is something we're going to be taking a look at in this particular lecture. So let's just go ahead and let's take a look at what that element is going to do. So that element is going to show the before and after image in a slider. Just like this, let's suppose that this is going to be my before image. All right, and this is going to be my after image. And there is going to be a slider, and I can just go ahead and I can drag that slider left, and it's going to show the after image, and then I can slide that dragger on the right side, and it's going to show me the before image, like these dirty teeth and this white teeth. So let's suppose that we want to sell a toothbrush, and on that we want to create our landing page with the Elementor. Then we can add that kind of effect, and we can create a plugin for that. And this case study can be applied to any of the other situation as well, where you want to show the before and after image and you want to add a slider just like that. So let's just go ahead and let's create a plugin for that. Let's create an Elementor extension. For that, what I've done is that I have installed and activated the code snippets and Elementor, and I've also activated the Astra theme. And I will be now going ahead and I will be creating a page over here, and I will name this page as my test page. I will just go ahead and I will publish this, and I will click on Edit with Elementor, and it will take me to the editor. Now, if you take a look at the editor right now, you can see that we have got the image. We can drag and drop the image, and we can choose the image. We can upload any one single image. It's going to be there. But if you want a slider over here, so we can slide the before and after image, then how in the world you can go ahead and you can do that? We have to create a plugin for that. So let's just go ahead and let's just copy our prompt template. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy the code snippets prompt. I will just come up here and I will paste it in the Claude. And now let's just get rid of this goal and let's add our own custom goal. All right, I want to create an Elementor widget / element that will show the comparison between two images. That is before and after in a slider. In the image comparison slider, the user will be able to add before image as input and after image as input. These both two will then be displayed as one image in front end. Front end mean that on the website for the public users with a slider, and the user will be able to slide left and right with it. All right, if the user slides left, then the after image will be properly displayed. If he slides right, then before image will be properly displayed. All right, so this is my prompt. Now, this is not much better prompt, but as I've told you, I'm treating Claude as a friend, Claude as a developer sitting next to me, so I'm trying my level best to explain Claude in a better way. All right, and then I will say that there should be some styling options like size of the comparison slider. And that's pretty much it. Now let's just go ahead and let's go down, and now we have got the constraints and standards. So prefix everything, we're going to say prefix everything with TUR underscore Elementor as an E, and then image as an I, comparison slider. All right, T underscore EICS underscore, and then I will say sanitize input, I8N. So this is going to be TUR dash ELE, that stands for Elementor image dash comparison. All right, so now in the constraints and standards, I will also tell the Claude that you have to follow the WordPress best practices, but then I will also tell the Claude that you also have to follow the Elementor development guide as well. So what I will do, I will open up a new tab on Google, and then I will just go ahead and I will search for Elementor developer documentation, which will give me this Elementor developer.docs. All right, and now what I will do, I will just go ahead and I will copy this. So let's copy this, go ahead and go into the Claude, and I will just go into the new line, and then I will say follow Elementor development docs. All right, that is this. All right, make sure to add this, because the way the Elementor says that if you want to create a widget, then Claude is going to know that how to create a widget and everything. So Claude can go through the latest docs. All right, and then I go down, I've got the implementation hints, which is put editable variables at the top, since there are no editable variables required for that. So I'm going to delete this. All right, and then we have this use the correct WP hooks, keep code self-contained. If there are any questions, ask me, and then just click on send. All right, so now here it says that JavaScript library for image comparison, the before-after image slider requires JavaScript functionality. Which approach would you prefer? Option A, use a popular lightweight library like 2020 or Beer Slider loaded from CDN. Option B, write custom vanilla JavaScript, more controlled but more complex. Option C, any specific library you already use or prefer. So I'm going to say the easiest one, since we are relying on the free version of the Claude. So I'm going to say option A. And then just head over to the new one, which is going to be the second one. Then it says styling options, how detailed. You mentioned size of the comparison slider as a styling option, what level of customization you want, just width and height controls. Also includes slider handle color, border radius, divider line width, handle icon. So I'm going to say just width and height, all right? Because since we are relying, again, on the free version of the Claude, we do not want to add so much of the things, otherwise it's going to like hallucinate, because the context window is smaller in the free version. So you need to remember that. All right, so I'm going to say just width and height. All right, then I'm going to add a semicolon, go into the next line. And we have responsive controls, different sizes for mobile, tablet, desktops. So I'm going to say yes, responsive, because we want responsive. Yes, responsive controls. Yes to responsive controls. All right, yes to responsive controls. Okay, now let's head to the third one, which is image input method. For the before and after images input in Elementor, standard WordPress library picker, URL, both options, standard WordPress. Standard WordPress media library picker. All right, go to the fourth one, which is default handle position. Where should the slider handle start by default? Center. Yes, center. With category, which Elementor widget category should this appear under? General, basic, create a custom TUR widgets category. All right, so if you want multiple elements inside your plugin, inside your code snippets, then you would create a custom TUR widgets category. But I'm going to say just add it in the basic. So add it in the basic. My recommendation, if you want me to proceed with the sensible defaults, use 2020, include handle color and border radius, mode brush media library, place in general category. What did we use? We use basic, so let's keep it to be general. Let's listen to Claude, what Claude wants. All right, please confirm the preferences and I'll generate the complete snippet. All right, let's go ahead and let's hit on send. And now Claude will take a look at our responses, and Claude will now generate the snippet for it. Now, depending on the size of the snippet, we will decide then whether we should be converting this into a plugin or not, since we are relying completely on the free version of the Claude right now, and this is going to become a very big snippet. So that is why if we convert this into a plugin, then it will become more bigger. And chances are that Claude context window is going to be exceeded, and it will show like Claude context window exceeded. Do you want to continue? And when you will click on continue, chances are that Claude can hallucinate. So that is why we have to wait. All right. And this has generated the complete code. Let's click on copy. And now let's see. Stays proper prefixing and everything. All right, let's just go ahead and let's just try it out. So I'm going to go into the snippets, add new. I'm going to say Elementor image comparison slider. All right, and now let's just paste in the code, go up to the top, and just get rid of this. All right, cool. If we go down, this is of 343 lines, not that much bigger, but still it's bigger. So let's just go ahead and let's now save and activate. This snippet is saved and activated, and now let's refresh our test page, which we created. Apparently there is an error now. You can see that when I refresh, it says fatal error, uncaught error, Elementor base widget not found. So now what we need to do, we need to just like tell the Claude about it. Let's go into the Claude, and let's give the Claude this error, send. All right, so now Claude knows about this issue now, and Claude is recreating the complete code. So let's wait, and after that, we will use that code again. All right, so now here it says, perfect, I fixed the issue. The problem was that widget class was being defined before the Elementor was fully loaded. All right, now let's just go ahead, let's copy, go into the snippet, select all, paste, go up to the top, get rid of this extra PHP, and save the snippet. All right, cool. Now let's refresh, and it's loading. All right, so now what we need to do, we need to take a look at the, was it in the general? Yes, it was in the general. So let's go down, and there should be image comparison. All right, so there you have it. Claude has created the image comparison slider. Claude has also added an icon. So let's click on here. And this is edit. Now I'm going to add the before and after image. So I'll be going into the images. These are my images. I'll just go ahead and I will first of all download this image, and then I will go to the next image, and I will download this as well. All right, both images have been downloaded, and now I will be going into the before image. Let's drag in the before image, select, and now let's select the second image. Let's select this, and now let's go into the style, and let's work with the height and width. All right, so I'm going to increase the height of this just like that. Okay, go into the content, hit on publish, and it's not working, so okay, let's just go ahead and let's visit this. So I'm gonna just like visit this website /test, and it's not showing, so I'm gonna inspect this, and okay, there is this container, there is this content area primary and everything. So what I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna just like tell the Claude that the images are not being displayed. Images are not being displayed, and I will hit on send. And now you can see it says that 2020 library is being initialized. Let me update the code to fix the image display issue. All right, Claude is updating the code, so let's wait, and after that we will update the code then. All right, so now you can see that there is the changes that Claude has made. Let's go into the snippet, select all, paste, go up to the top, and get rid of this extra PHP. And I'm going to save this snippet. To be honest, I'm really scared that we just do it until we get that please upgrade. And now let's just go ahead and let's refresh. Okay, now you can see it's working fine. So I've got this dragger, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to publish this, and let's just go ahead and let's refresh. And there is this hover effect as well, so I just do it like this. Okay, so slider is working. But apparently, the after image is not being shown. You can see that this is the before and this is the after. After image is not being shown, right? What if there could be some of the issues? So why not just like get rid of this and add this again? I'm gonna drag the image comparison slider, add the before over here, add the after here. And then in the style, work with a height, give it a little bit of height, and hit on publish. All right, come up here, give it a refresh. Yeah, not working. Okay, so I'm gonna just like tell the Claude now. Before image is working fine. Slider is also working. But the after image is not being displayed. Send. Okay, so the issue is that 2020 library needs the images in a specific order and structure. Why didn't you do this before, Claude? Now Claude has swapped the image order. Let's copy it, go into the snippets, select all, paste, go up to the top, get rid of this PHP, save the snippet, go ahead and refresh. Voila, okay. Now you can see that only after image is being shown. Before image is not being shown. Okay, let's also just like try deleting this and also do it again. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna add the slider before and add the after and increase the height a little bit, publish, go ahead and give it a refresh. And now let's work. No, it's not working. So I'm gonna say now only after image is being displayed. Hit on send. All right, so now it says, let me check the library documentation. Okay, now it will resolve the issue. So now Claude is actually checking the documentation of the JavaScript feature. And now Claude will take a look at that and Claude will resolve this issue. Hopefully this will be resolved and hopefully we will not get any upgrade message over here. Okay, let's copy, go into the snippet, select all, paste, go up to the top, get rid of this PHP, save snippet, refresh. Now it's not working. What are you doing, Claude? Okay, let's try it again. So I'm gonna just like delete this, publish, and refresh this. And let's go down, image comparison slider, select the before and select the after. Now it's not working. Yes, it's not working. So now I'm gonna tell the Claude about it. Now slider is not. All right, so now it says the issue was images loaded function doesn't exist. Now it's a much cleaner copy. Go into the snippet, select all, paste, go up to the top and just like get rid of this PHP. Save snippet, go ahead and give it a refresh. And now the image is not loading. Okay, so image loads and then the image goes away. Image is loaded and then it goes away after reloading the page. Okay, so now you can see Claude is doing multiple tasks. It says 2020 is transforming, so I'm gonna do this, and then Claude is also updating some of the other things, and now Claude has made 2 key fixes. Let's copy, and now let's give it a final try. So let's paste it, go up to the top, and get rid of this PHP, save snippet, and now you can just go ahead and you can give it a refresh. So now you can see that still not working. So now I'm going to tell the Claude about it. Not working. All right, it says clear your browser cache as well. These are some of the things that Claude is telling us. So why not just copy this, go ahead and go into the incognito window, paste it, and check it out. No, it's not working. All right, not working. All right, so now you can see it's saying that let me completely rewrite this with a different, more reliable approach. Let me use a simpler custom solution. All right, let's give it a try again. All right, so now you can see that this says that this should work now. Custom bulletproof slider, oh my God. Let's copy this, go ahead and go into the snippet. Select all, paste it. Okay, now it's a very big code at 500 lines. And let's get rid of this PHP. Save snippet. Go ahead and give it a refresh. So now this is being shown, so let's just try it out. Okay, this is showing before, after. What is happening? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna inspect this. All right, and this complete header, this complete element, I will select this element completely. And I will like edit this or copy this HTML. All right, copy element. All right, copy this complete element. From this div, the first div, all right, I will copy this complete element. So copy and go into the Claude. And I will say not working. Images are showing like this. All right, and then I will paste whatever I copied. I will give it a send. Let's hope it will work now. All right, so now you can see it says remove the early exit. Now it will try to initialize and everything. So let's copy it. Let's come up here. Let's select all. Let's paste it. Go up to the top and get rid of this PHP. Save the snippet and give it a refresh. No, it's still not working. Now I'm going to do it again. Copy element. Two images are being shown separately. All right, and now you have to add the code that you copied, paste it. Okay, so now it says I see the problem, the CSS is not being loaded, the images need to be absolutely positioned to overlap. Let me check if the styles are being enqueued properly and fix the CSS registration. Okay, Claude. Okay, so now it says clear all caches and everything. And now let's just go ahead and let's copy it. Come up here, select everything, paste, go up to the top. All right, and get rid of this PHP. Save snippet. Go ahead and refresh this first. And finally, it's working now. It's working. So let's go into the style. Let's increase the height a little bit. And you can see that this is now finally working. Now you can make it to be full width, in a box, however you want. Click on publish. Go ahead and give it a refresh, and voila. So now this is actually showing in the opposite. It's showing before, and then the after should be this. So this should be actually before, and this should be after, right? Have we created a mistake over here? So before images and after images. Yes, before is this. So before should be the dirty one. All right, now I'm gonna first of all tell the Claude that it is working fine. It's working now. Just in the before image, it's showing after, and in the after image, it's showing before. All right, send this. And you can see that we haven't even reached the limit of the Claude yet. So definitely now I can say that we cannot create a plugin out of it. We will be relying totally on the code snippet for it, because this has become a very much bigger plugin. And if we will do it, then it may break. So now let's just go ahead and let's copy this. Go ahead and go into the code snippets, select all, paste. It has 713 lines of code. Go up to the top, get rid of this extra PHP, save the snippet, give it a refresh. Voila, this is before and this is after. Totally working fine. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just like select this element. Instead of full width, I'm gonna be keeping it to be at boxed. And at boxed, I think it's fine. Let's click on publish, go ahead, give it a refresh, and voila. All right, so now let's just go ahead and let's try and create a plugin out of it, if it is possible. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna copy the template. And now I will be going ahead and I will be going into the Claude and I will paste in my template, and now I will be giving the instructions to the Claude. Create now, convert the confirm snippet into a single WordPress file, text domain. So text domain is gonna be, all right, prefix is gonna be TUR underscore Elementor image comparison, EIC, yeah, Elementor image comparison slider. All right, underscore, which is TUR underscore EICS. All right, TUR underscore EICS. And then we have replicate the snippets functionality, add a settings page, no settings field, nothing. All right, security options, CSR of production, sanitization, validate where necessary, enqueue, guard, inline comments, uninstall, output format. Everything is done. Let's click on send. And now I think that Claude will reach its limit, but let's see. So here it says, do you want an admin settings page for this plugin? For example, option A, no settings page, just the widget. Option B, add a settings page with default slider handle, eye color. No, just the no settings page. All right, so one, option A. All right, go into the second one, which is uninstall behavior. Keep it simple, no database option, so uninstall PHP cleans up, no data to remove. Add some settings that would be stored in the WP options, which would then be cleaned on uninstall. So I'm going to say option A. All right, keep it simple. Then we have the plugin information, plugin name. For the plugin header, I need plugin name, TUR Elementor, or your preference, description, author Tanzil, author URL myname.com, right, and version 1.0.0. All right, JavaScript handling. Since you mentioned no inline script, should I move all the JavaScript into a separate include file, or option B? We will be going with the option B because we want only one single file. All right, so I'm going to say option B. The option A will be used by the default from the Claude when we will be working with the more complex model of the Claude using Claude Code. then the option A will be used by the default. So my recommendation, no settings, simple uninstall, use the plugin name, use WP inline script. All right, please confirm. I'm gonna give it a send, and let's hope for the best, and let's see if Claude is gonna create the complete plugin without reaching the limit now. Okay, so now you can see it says the response paused because Claude reached its maximum length for a message. Hit continue to nudge Claude along. So I'm going to click on continue. All right, so now you can see that the plugin is created. Let's copy this. And now let's just go ahead and let's open up the VS Code. So Visual Studio Code, get rid of everything, create a new file, and we will be saving this file as what? TUR-Elementor image comparison slider. All right, copy this, go ahead and save the file. In the desktop, we will be first of all creating a folder, and we will name that as TUR-Elementor-image comparison slider, create. In the plugin name, we will add that same .php. Save it, go ahead and copy the code, come up here, and now you can paste it. Now remember one thing is that whatever the thing's plugin name and everything, you can customize it from here. You do not really have to tell the Claude to do it. You can customize it from here. But let's just go ahead and let's save it. And now this is our TUR-Elementor image slider. So this is our comparison slider. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to compress. And now let's just go ahead and let's try it out. So what I will do, I will first of all go into the all snippets and I will turn it to off. All right, now I will just go ahead and I will refresh and it's not being shown. Now let's just go ahead and let's go into the plugins, add plugin, upload plugin, and let's drag in our zip file of the plugin. And now let's select the file, install now, and now let's activate the plugin. All right, now you can see it's giving the fatal error. So let's copy this. Go ahead and go into the Claude and paste it. Now let's send. All right, so now you can see that widget class is being defined. Perfect, I have now resolved the issue. Let's copy this. Go ahead and go into the 6th side folder, open that up. Go into the app, public, and WP-content, plugins. This is our comparison slider. Open that up with the VS Code. All right, select all, paste in the code, save it, and now just go ahead and go into the website over here, give it a refresh, voila. So this is working. No, it's not working. Okay, it's not working, so there is some kind of JavaScript issue, I think. If I click on inspect and I click on console, apparently no issues are being displayed, but the slider is not moving. So I will tell the Claude about it now. All right, so let's tell the Claude about it. Slider is not moving. All right, you need to tell moving. If you tell not working, then this is not properly defined and Claude may not know it. So you need to tell slider is not moving. All right, give it a send. And yeah, like I told you that JavaScript maybe is not working properly. So it says that JavaScript isn't being enqueued properly. Let me fix this script enqueue method. All right, so now you can see I've changed the JavaScript from inline script to script and this and this. And now let's copy this. And now let's just go ahead and let's go into the VS Code. Let's select all, paste it, give it a save. Go into the website, give it a refresh. And it's working now. So our plugin, which to be very honest, I didn't expect that this will work. I thought that we would reach the Claude maximum memory limit. But if we create a more bigger plugin inside the free version, then I think this would happen. So now let's select this, go into the style, increase the height. All right, give it a publish. Go ahead and give it a refresh here. And voila. Congratulations to you on creating an Elementor widget. Now, creating an Elementor element takes a lot of time, and there is one thing that you should keep in mind is that Claude was making so much of the mistakes, and the reason for that is because Elementor widgets are not that much popular. So if you want to work with the errors, then you have to make sure that you tell the Claude what exactly is the error. If you will tell it's not working, then Claude will just like assume that nothing is working, and Claude will take a look at the code from the start. But if you tell the Claude exactly what the issue is, like when the slider was not moving, I told the Claude that slider is not moving. I did not say slider is not working. So then Claude knew that, okay, if it's not moving, then this is something that is related to the JavaScript because the on browser user interactivity is not working. So then Claude took a look at it, and now it is resolved. Hi everyone, so in this lecture of the course, we will be creating a quiz for our website. So this is going to be a quiz for your WordPress blog customers, and what you can do is that you can, inside your blog post, if you want to interact with the user, then you can say, hey, if you are a true fan of that particular movie or TV show, then solve this quiz and we will know that you are a true TV show fan. So you are writing an article on it, and then you can add a quiz on that as well. In person, your users will be solving that quiz. So it's going to be a quiz / trivia, whatever you want to call it. So let's just go ahead and let's work with it. For that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new website, 7.local. I have installed and activated the the Astra theme, and I have also installed and activated the code snippets plugin. Now, I have also pasted the template to save the time, and let's define our goal. So I hope that you know what we want to create. We want to create a quiz application on our website so that our customers, if they are on any blog post, they can like answer 5 or 10 questions, and it will give them the score that, okay, you are a true that TV show fan. All right, so if you're talking about Friends, then we can say that who won the apartment quiz in the Friends TV show. So then there can be option like Monica, Rachel, and there can be option like Joey and Chandler. So if the person is going to select Joey and Chandler as that is the correct answer, then it's going to like add a point. And then in the end, it's going to give a total, kind of like that. So let's just go ahead and let's work with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to define the goal. I want a quiz functionality on my WordPress website. The admin will be able to create a quiz. Inside the quiz, the admin will be able to add questions and options and select which is the correct option with explanation. All right, so what we are saying that admin will be able to create a quiz inside the WordPress admin panel. And then over there, the admin will be able to add a question and then the multiple choice question. So after each multiple choice question, the admin will select which is the correct answer. And then there will be an explanation like why this answer is correct. So this is what we are saying in here. Now, after that, each question will have 1 point. Each quiz will have a short code which will be displayed in the admin area, and that short code can be added in any blog post. The user will see the quiz and will solve it, and will solve question MCQs. All right, after that, I will say each question will have 1 point, and after the quiz ends, it will show total points. All right, this is my prompt which I have written. All right, and now what I will do, I will define the constraints and everything. So this is going to be prefix tur underscore quiz creator. All right, tur underscore quiz creator. Now in the text as domain, I'm going to say tur dash quiz dash creator. All right, and then implementation, put editable variables at top. I don't think so. There should be any variables for it. So I'm going to like get rid of them. And use the correct WP hooks filters, keeps code self-contained. And before you code, ask first. So I think I've defined each and everything. And let's click on send and let's see if Claude is going to ask us any further questions. All right, so now here it says before I write the code, I need to ask a few things. Quiz display and submission. Should the quiz display all question at once, one page quiz, or one question at a time with navigation? So I'm going to say one question at a time. One question at a time. Should users see results immediately after submission or just the score? All right, so I'm going to say immediately after submission. All right, and do you want to show which answers were correct and incorrect in the results? Yes, why not? Results display. All right, should it show you scored dash out of Y points or also display each question with correct, wrong indicators and explanations? Should explanations be shown only for incorrect answers? Explanations be shown only for incorrect answers. All right, now I'm making spelling mistakes, but no worries. Then we have quiz attempts. Can users retake quiz the multiple times or should there be any restrictions? Yes, they can retake. All right, do you need to track, store user quiz attempts in the database or just show? Just show the results. All right, we do not want to track anything because we're relying on the free version of the Claude and we do not want to create a very complex plugin. In the upcoming lectures, as I've told you, we will create complex plugins and then you can definitely track and you can allow users to log in, add their scores, and you can add multiple quizzes. These kind of things you can do it. For the admin, quiz builder, should questions be added dynamically? With add remove buttons or a fixed number of question fields? How many questions per person? Per question. How many options per question? Okay. Okay. So add dynamically. Add dynamically means that how many should questions be added dynamically? Like there will be a plus button and it will add an option, add a question. So you can add unlimited questions, right? So add dynamically, I will say. Then I will add a comma. How many questions? How many options per question? So I'm going to say 3 options per question is fine. Or yeah, 3 options. All right, and 3 options or less. All right, and then in the styling, should I include CSS styling in the snippet? Or will you style it yourself via your theme? Add CSS yourself, bro. Okay, let's send it. Okay, so now, if you know that this is actually creating a post type inside the WordPress, if you have worked with the custom post type, then you can see it's creating a post type with the name, singular name and everything. It's giving the arguments and then that post type is being edited inside the WordPress. All right, and then it's creating the meta fields. So if you know what meta fields are, then it is creating those meta boxes. And let's go down. And now it's creating the code, all right? So it will create the logic and it will do everything. And after that, we will be adding it in the code snippet. So let's go into the code snippets. Let's click on add new. And let's add quiz creator plugin. Or sorry, quiz creator. All right. And now let's just head over to our Claude and let's wait till this actually gets completed. All right, so now you can see it says response pause because Claude reached its maximum length for a message. Hit continue. I'm going to hit on continue and it will continue from here. Now, since you can see that this code snippets is going very much bigger, that is why if you will create a plugin out of it, then it may take so much of the resources and Claude will max out. So let's see what happens. All right, so now you can see it says snippet is ready. You can go ahead and copy it, go ahead and paste it, go up to the top, and in the PHP, get rid of this, and click on save and activate. Voila. So once you do that, you should find quiz over here. Okay, yeah. Here you can see quizzes is added once I refresh the page. And now I can just go into the quizzes. You can see it says no quizzes found. I'm going to hit on add a new quiz. I'm going to say Friends TV show. All right, and now I'm going to add a question. So I'm going to say, who doesn't share food? All right, and then in the option, you can add as many options. So like, I'm going to say Monica, Chandler Bing, and Joey. All right, and Joey, since let's suppose that this is the correct answer, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark this as correct. And now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add the explanation. All right, so now after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another question. And this question is going to be, and this is my question 2. Now I will just go ahead and I will add the question 3. All right, so now you can see that I have added some of the questions. So the first question and the correct answer is this. The second question, correct answer is this. The third question, correct answer is this. And the fourth question, correct answer is this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit on publish. And it says post publish. It says the quiz has been updated. And there is this quiz, which is the shortcode. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to copy this shortcode. And I'm going to add a post. And inside the post, I'm going to say, are you a true Friends fan? All right, and then I will be adding that shortcode block. All right, and in the shortcode, I will add that shortcode, hit on publish, and let's view the post. So this is how it is. Are you a true Friends fan? Friends TV show, question 1 of 4. Who doesn't share food? Let's also view it so that you can also see it in case if you haven't watched the TV show. So I'm going to go into the quizzes, edit, who doesn't share food? You can see Joey is the correct answer. And I'm going to just, let's suppose that select Chandler. All right, I submit the answer. You can see it says incorrect. Joey doesn't share food. Next question, who likes to clean? Monica, this is going to be the correct. Who marries Monica? Spoiler alert. So if you are seeing it and you don't want know the answer, then you can forward this video. All right, Chandler. And who likes dinosaurs? So let's select the wrong answer, which is Rachel. I submit. You can see the wrong answer. It says incorrect, and then it says yeah. All right, and now let's click on next question. It says quiz complete. You scored 2 out of 4 points. All right, so now you can see that the quiz is now working totally fine. And let's suppose that if I want to style this as well, it's not that much good. So instead of the radio buttons, I need a select options, and the person can select and it will automatically take the person to the next page. So I'm going to tell the Claude about it. Please give it a modern style. Instead of radio buttons on front end, there should be options, and the user can select that and will be taken to the next question right away. All right, hit on send. All right, so now it says the response paused because Claude reached its maximum length. So let's hit on continue. Okay, so now you can see that since we asked the Claude that we want modern design, that is why Claude is like spending some time and adding these CSS classes and everything. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it, go ahead and go into the snippets. All right, and now let's just edit it, and let's select all and paste it and go up to the top and get rid of this extra PHP. Save the snippet. Go into the quizzes and see if we have got the quiz. Yes, we have got it. And now let's view the post. So I'm going to open this up. All right, so you can see it says who doesn't share food, A, B, C. So now I can select anything. So I'm going to say Joey. All right, it takes me to the next one. I'm going to say Monica. And then I'm going to add this one. And now I'm going to select this. All right, and now you can see that this is more styled, and this is how it's showing 4 out of 4. Perfect, you got all answers correct. So this is now totally working fine. All right, so now if you want to now convert it into a plugin, then you can also convert it into a plugin as well by just going ahead and copying the plugin template from the resource that I gave you, and then in the text domain. All right, and in the prefix, I'm going to say TUR_, quiz creator. That is going to be QC underscore. And now I do not really want a settings page or anything. So I'm going to say just replicate the plugins functionality. All right, just replicate the snippets functionality. All right, let's click on send. And now you can see it says, perfect, I have all the details. Let me cover this into a proper single file WordPress plugin with all the security standards you have specified. All right, so now you can see it says that the response paused. So let's click on continue. All right, so now you can see it says that perfect, your WordPress plugin is ready. Now what you need to do, you need to just copy this. And also let's just go into the snippets and turn it to off and open up the VS Code. So I'm going to just open up the Visual Studio Code. I'm going to create a new file and I will be saving this file now inside the desktop after creating a new folder. And now I will be just going ahead and I will be copying the name. Let's just go ahead and let's paste it, create it. And now over here, I'm going to create the file, which is going to be tur-quiz-creator.php, save it, go ahead and copy the code. Now you should know it already. So now I'm going to paste it and now let's give it a save. And let's just go ahead and let's open it up. So now this is our quiz creator. I'm going to open this up. This is the folder. Inside the folder, there is a PHP. And now let's just go ahead and let's compress it. So I'm going to click on compress. This is compressed. And now let's just upload it to the website. So go into the plugins, install plugins, add plugin, upload plugin. And let's just go ahead and let's drag this plugin and let's drop it inside the choose file, install now, and let's activate it. All right, so now you can see plugin is activated. I go into the quiz. This is my quiz, which was created. The value is still in the database. And now I can just go ahead and I can add a new quiz. All right, so now let's just go ahead and let's visit the website. Let's take a look at this. And this is, you can see that it's totally working fine. So I just go ahead and I select it. And now you can see that it is showing me the result as well. So plugin is working totally and totally